We live in a world vibrating with contradictions. We are encouraged to be hyper-connected, yet we are experiencing an epidemic of profound loneliness. Corporations champion wellness while profiting directly from metabolic dysfunction. It's a reality that rarely makes sense because it is constructed from millions of conflicting agendas. It's tempting to view yourself as a detached spectator, watching this chaos from a distance, a rational observer of an irrational world. But participation is mandatory. To engage with a corporate career or a social media algorithm, you have to use its language and its logic. This environment rewrites our fundamental behavioral code, embedding its own contradictions directly into our habits. These systems are optimized for growth and survival, not coherence. In this architecture, logical consistency is an obstacle to be bypassed. Hyper-specialization shatters any unifying truth into tiny, disconnected pieces. This leaves us with an infinite volume of data, but a total scarcity of context. We have all the facts and none of the narrative. When the world fails to provide a unifying story, the human brain goes into overdrive. It creates its own irrational patterns to fill the gaps. When systems prioritize expansion over truth, these contradictions become functional. The resulting confusion allows the system to continue growing without ever addressing its own flaws. Our brains desperately invent patterns to make sense of fragmented data, often forcing reality into distorted shapes just to cope with the noise. We call this cognitive contagion, the psychological process of internalizing a fundamentally contradictory environment. To function, we compartmentalize. We hold mutually exclusive beliefs simultaneously, just to get through the day. Our internal anxieties and biases are the direct psychological reflections of the systemic entropy we inhabit. If you fight the absurdity on its own terms, you end up adopting its irrationality. You become a part of the very system you are trying to resist. Moving past being a product of your environment requires you to become an active researcher, someone who constantly tests the world's claims against their own observations. This starts with aggressive information hygiene. Cognitive bandwidth is a limited resource. If a source pushes noisy or contradictory data, stop consuming it. Use first principles thinking. Strip away consensus and the way things are done to build your strategy from logical ground truths. Conduct a radical self-audit. Periodically ask if your actions are the result of an effective path or simply how the system trained you to act. Practice selective participation. Engage with the world where you must, but maintain an independent mental framework where you are the sole authority. By recognizing the conflicting agendas of the systems around you, you can survive modern entropy without adopting its madness. The architecture of your mind belongs to you.